What's up, friends? There's a brand new EXO album out. It's called Exist. I'll be looking at it from the perspective of a producer and songwriter, song by song. Let's get it started. I'm so excited. I've been anticipating this beast. Let's start out with Cream Soda. I love how rhythmic the song is, and then it gets to that pre-chorus, and everything just like drops away, and the vocals get so dreamy, and it's perfect. It's awesome. I love it. I love the transition going from this really deep voiced rap vocal to the choral section where it just gets really high and chill, like we're just so hip hop, and then we are so not hip hop. It's so great. What a great song, and what a great ending. I really like how everything strips away back to that bass and those vocals. You have a little bit of a trap bass, and that's giving it that, you know, a little bit of a kick sound. It's so punchy when that bass comes in throughout the song. What a great dance number, and it's so creamy. There's like these moments that are just so creamy. It's so percussive and so fun, and then it gets just like these like really smooth parts. I love it. I love it. I love the transitions between sections. I love the horns in that first verse. I love the rapping. I think the chorus is super fun. What a great dance song. I think this is like the hit from the album. Just one song you want to hear it every chance you get to go out dancing. Let's check out Regret It. Hope I don't regret listening to Regret It. Dive in. That was like a whiplash for me, going from these really deep, like party vocals, like, hey, get it, like super tough sounding, to just like super restrained and loving vocals, and you have these like pretty little electric piano synths on top of it. It's so weird. It's so cool. What I love about the second verse in Regret It is that so customarily in K-pop music, you have these really tough sounding second verses. I feel like in general, the second verse is where you get really hip hop. That's where you start to hear more of the rapping. And in this song, it's reversed, where the first verse is doing that, and the second verse is very relaxed and more sing-songy. And they also have like that kind of transition there that has that sample of his vocal, which is brilliant and a great way to like separate the chorus and the second verse. I love how this song shows off the hip-hop aspect of the group and really like highlights it with that first verse and bridge, which are two places where you customarily don't hear rapping in K-pop songs. I feel like they normally stick to that second verse, but I love how in this one they don't. Also, the production is really cool. I really like that synth that's doing the... I really like the scratches that they have on his vocal to make it feel like this fun little sample throughout. And then just how pretty, how just gorgeous the vocal parts are, and how like soft and restrained they are. And I love that contrast that they supply. Hear Me Out's next up. I've done a full reaction to this on my channel. If you want to check that out, you can. I love the harmonies on this song. I feel like I can hear them better with headphones on, and I love just how they just come in at certain moments with these like ahs and oohs. They're used almost more as an instrument than as like another vocal throughout the song. It's so cool. Again, I just have to say how much I love the groove on this song. I think the interplay between guitars and bass is so brilliant on this song. It just sounds so smooth, so funky, so groovy. It's so good. Yeah, that melody on that chorus is so catchy. That song is so good. It's so fun. I think the way that they have this kind of call and response going on with the chorus and the rap vocal is super cool. I love call and response vocals. And I love when there's like either a vocal call and response or a vocal instrument call and response going on in a melody. It's just feels so organic. It feels so conversational in this really great way. Yeah. And I love how the main line of the song isn't as like sung. It's almost like this mix between talk and song. It's like, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. It's like I'm more focused on that rhythm there, and I'm more focused on the emotion behind it than I am on the melody when I listen to it. And I love that part of it. I love the desperation in those words. It's so cool. Private Party is next up. I should have seen it coming, but the intro of the song is so different than when that percussion hits and it gets so hip-hoppy that I was just like, oh, like we're in like a chiller song, and then it just went boom and it just hit me. That pre-chorus bass riff is so sick, and I love how just quick it is and how fun it is, how complicated it is, while they're keeping everything else a little more simplified for that portion. So sick. That like glissando, like flam type thing going on in the keyboard during the second verse is so cool. We did something really similar on a new song we have coming out with my band Jack Jack. So cool. That glitchiness at the end with a bit of that like squeaky sound from SpongeBob that you hear in that Drake song with like the pickles rubbing together, it fits so well. And I love how glitchy and fun that last chorus sounds, and it's so unexpected and it's so fun. I like how they kind of introduce that element coming into the bridge, and then they reintroduce it on the chorus and really get glitchy and fun with it. This song is so cool. I don't know if this is like I can tell they're not promoting this as like one of their singles because they've got the 3 from it, but I feel like this song is just as worthy of singlehood as some of the other songs. I think it's just a great piece of music. I love how unexpected so many of the moments are. Just like from the get-go, you're thinking something completely different is going to happen because of that intro, and then it just goes into this just dance party song. You think it's going to be more of like a romantic type of Private Party song, and it isn't. And I love that it isn't. I love how off guard I was caught by it. Yeah. Great song. Great song. I think you can just like visualize the music video with it too, of just like them all hanging out in like a karaoke studio or something. I feel like that would have made so much sense and worked so well with this song and with like the culture of it. Yeah. I mean, the songs they chose for singles are phenomenal, so I can see why they didn't put this one on, but I also just like wish it was, because I can picture the music video so well and I want it to exist. Knowing that it doesn't is disappointing to me. Cinderella is next up. I love the interesting pitch percussion in that first verse. It supplies such an interesting rhythmic character to the song and really sets it apart from other songs in the album. I feel like these interesting rhythms are what really make EXO so special. These kind of like unexpected rhythmic choices are so cool. The second chorus sounds so John Bellion. I can hear like synths and vocal harmonies that I hear from the American producer John Bellion so much in the second chorus, and it sounds so good. Ugh. I was so convinced that there was some John Bellion like production in that I had to check the credits, and he's not on it, but boy, oh boy, does it sound like something he would do. I think it's a really cool song. I really like the the production on it more than the songwriting. I think the songwriting is good. I think there's some real cool, catchy parts to it. I think the la 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 Cinderella, like I think that's really smart, and I'm surprised. I feel like it has to have been done before because it just makes so much sense that you would have the la la with Cinderella. Like, I can't think of a song that's done it before. If you know of one, let me know. But it fits so well that I'm just in awe of it. I'm just like, oh, it has to have existed before. It feels like something that always existed, you know? Wild. Yeah, cool song. I dig it. No Makeup's next up. I feel like this is a pretty popular theme in kind of Western culture, especially in hip hop, where they say like, you know, oh, I like you even when you don't have no makeup on, type of thing. So I'm interested to see the Korean interpretation of this because they are a society that has very interesting beauty standards. We have weird beauty standards as well, but you know, it'll be interesting to see how that translates. I think it's smart how much R&B influence they have on this song. Also, just when it turns into these like stacked vocals during the chorus, it just makes sense. It just feels right. And good transitions. It's interesting how the same the instrumentation is throughout. Baby, please. The change up in groove in the bridge makes so much sense because there hasn't been a radical change in terms of groove or in terms of instrumentation throughout the song. So when you introduce it in that bridge, it just feels so dramatic and so great. I really have to point out just how great the vocal layers are on this song. I think one thing that's so great about having a boy group that is so big, like a boy band that has so many members in it, because I think for this they have 7 members, is that you have such a diversity of vocals that you can pull from. And you have such interesting vocal qualities that you can insert at different places to create this really great contrast. I also have to point out how fun that hip-hop portion is right at the end there. There's no rapped vocals basically throughout the whole song, and you're getting this very cool opportunity to show off your singing talent, and then right at the end there, you get the rapping back in. It's just like the nicest little taste of it that exemplifies it so well. So great. I love too just when you go from these really pretty harmony vocals to rapped vocals. I feel like they do it so well, and I love when it happens. I did it with my song Swoon with a couple rappers I know, and I just think it works so well. It's something that's so functional. Love Fool's next up. I feel like the song gets better with like every portion of the song. The first part of the verse I wasn't in love with. Second part of the verse I'm like, oh, I like this a little more. You got to that bridge with that rapping, and I'm just the pre-chorus rather that goes into that chorus with the rapping, and it's so good and it's so fun, it's so fast, and it's just it gets you going in such a cool way. That portion after the rapped portion in the second verse is so good. I love his vocals there. They sound so awesome. I love how rhythmic and sing-songy they are, and how they contrast and build from the rapped rhythm. It's awesome. It's so good. Yeah, when that song started, I thought, oh, I'm not gonna like this song, and then by the end of it, I'm like, yeah, da-da-da, fool. You know, I'm just feeling it by the end. Also, the post-chorus is so cool. I like how the synth and the rhythm plays against what we've just heard, because there's this really pristine vibe right before, and then it gets to this more groovy, more free expression, which is cool. And I like the weird vocal ad-libs they have, like the ah. It reminds me a little bit of something I'd expect from like Extraordinary Heroes, but it fits great with EXO here. Another Day is next up.
Another day,
why are the drums incredible on this song? Just that drum pattern is so cool in that chorus. What the heck? Why is it so good? I don't understand. Having these realistic pianos contrast against these like overly distorted reversed synth lines, it's such a great decision. Like, I love just the contrast instrumentation. I am obsessed with that synth sound. I really want to know how they got it. They might have also used vocals on it because there's a bit of a vocal quality to it. Sorry for nerding out on you. Can't help it. The rhythmic choices in that bridge rap section right before the end are so great. I think the repeating of Another Day is like the least interesting part of this song. It still works. It like works as kind of like this post-chorus functionality, but I think the chorus itself is so strong, and I think there's so many parts of this that are so strong. I love the synths. I love the rhythms on this song. Yeah. Cool song. Cool song. Finishing it out with Let Me In. I've got a full, like, more in-depth reaction to the music video and song of Let Me In on my YouTube channel as well, so if you want to check that out, you can. I love how bubbly and watery the synths are on this song. It's something I didn't notice on my first listen through, and now I'm like, ooh, I dig that. I dig the kind of underwater vibe that they're creating, but the way that they play too. It's not just the production, but the performance as well suggests that really flowy underwater vibe. The rhythmic choices on the second verse are so intelligent, and I just wish that they were more of a thing throughout the rest of the album, because on this song they're so cool, and there's good rhythmic choices in the rapping throughout the album, but here they're just so superior. They're so good. What a flowy, beautiful, wonderful song. It's so good. Let Me In is so good. In my opinion, it's the best song on the album, so it's such a great choice as a lead single for the album. The album's good though. Good, solid seventh album from EXO. Still killing it. It's kind of sad that Kai's going to be doing military duty for their next tour, but I mean, the performances on this album, the vocals, the raps, it just hits so good. It hits so good. And I loved it. I love the rhythms, and I love the way that they fuse this neo R&B sound with hip hop and rapping together while still keeping it so pristine. You know, it still has that K-pop pristine expression and performance that you've come to love, but the way they approach it and the way they bend these genres is so cool. You know? Love it. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts. If you did, if they helped you better understand the songs, the production, the songwriting, I'd love if you like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, check out some of my music. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're liking this stuff, you'll like what I got. That's it. Catch you on the flip.
I could tweet it to the whole world cause I'm Twitter faded. I just don't know why a part of me always hates the truth and feelings, it's impossible.